Good afternoon, ladies. I wanted to show you the cards we're going to do today. The first one is from the stamp set The Gang's All Meer, which is one of the celebration sets for 2020. It's just adorable. It's got these cute little meerkats on here, little individual one. This little guy coming out of the ground. It's super cute. The card we're going to make is this card right here. So let me get started and show you how to do this. In your packet, you should have a white card base and then the layers, the Sahara Sand, Bermuda Bay, and the Whisper White. We're going to work on the Whisper White. Using the black Memento ink, we're going to stamp this little gang of meerkats. And we're going to stamp it off to the side and a little bit up from the bottom. I'm going to try not to get my head in the way of the video here. Right there, approximately. And then the next thing we're going to want to do is stamp the words that say happy birthday to a stand-up friend. We're going to stamp those right about there. And then next, we're going to stamp our little lizard, and he is going to be stamped in Bermuda Bay. Now, while you've got your Bermuda Bay out, we're also going to stamp this little hat that our friend here has on. And we're going to stamp that. In your packet, you have a long strip like this to stamp the hats on. And then also, one more thing we need to stamp is inside the card. My card's shaped a little bit different than yours. We're going to stamp this little meerkat that's popping up out of the ground, and you'll want to color him in too. Now, this original card I did with the light crumb cake and dark crumb cake markers, the Stampin' Blends. But I'm also going to show you with this card the light gray and dark gray granite. This way we'll have two sets of markers to work with on this card. So I took the light gray and I just sort of colored in a little oval for their bellies. You can do it on all of them. I also used the light gray to create this little shadow underneath all the meerkats. So you can just sort of pretend you're making an outline of all of them and then come back and scribble those all in. Okay? And then you'll take the dark gray and that you will come in and trace around everything, get their little paws in there, but leaving that little tummy area open. Color in their feet and their tail. And then once that's all done, you'll come back with the light one again and just round around the belly, and that's going to help blend that in. You'll see once it dries, there's a bigger contrast, more like this is. All right, so imagine that we've done all that. We've got them all colored in now, and you can see there's some nice contrast between the dark gray and the light gray. All right, so the next step is to get everything mounted. This is all going to be put together with snail or whatever adhesive you have today. I've noticed a lot of demonstrators lately have been using the liquid mono that comes in the green and white packaging to assemble their cards. I don't really seem to have a whole lot of trouble with my cards coming apart. I think it's because I burnish everything down with my hand when I'm making it. Only if it's, you know, if I have a card hanging around for a couple of years, I think is the only time I have an issue. And, you know, a little bit of update on adhesive and it's good as new. All right, so next we're going to put glue dots on here. I would do 5, 1 in each corner, 1 in the middle, or sorry, not glue dots, the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. And peel those off, like so. Yep, and then glue that down to your card front, making sure that it's even all the way around. Stick that down, and then you're going to have to fussy cut out your little birthday hat. Stick a little adhesive on there. Put that on that guy right there in the middle. And then once you've colored in your little guy inside, that's all done. If you want to put some kind of birthday greeting on the inside or just leave it blank, this way you can write a note depending on who it's going to be addressed to. Alright, I also did a couple other cards that go with the Gangs All Meer set, and I wanted to show you those. This one is also the happy birthday to a stand-up friend, but you can see I did the 3 cactuses. There are no meerkats in sight in this one. I decided to do a gold embossing powder on the cactus, and this is done on watercolor paper, and then I watercolored it in, gave a little bit of splash, and then added a little bit of bling on there with these sequins. And I also ran this white background through a folder that is evading me at the moment. It's that textured, the light textured background folder. And I think this card turned out really, really cute. And then I decided to put a little liner on the inside there to give a little pop of color to match the outside. And then the last one I did with just the cactus and the cute little meerkat. I did a little masking on this one with a post-it note. I'll show you. I got this little post-it note here, so I stamped the first one, and then I masked it off and stamped the second one to get that sort of layered look. And again, I colored these in with the Stampin' Blends. I used the crumb cake ones, but I also used the Call Me Clover, and I also used the Real Red, but I also threw in a little bit of the Lovely Lipstick to give this just a sort of a pinkish red pop. And then the For You I did with white embossing powder. That stamp set is not from the Meerkat set, it's from another set that just came out. It's the So Sentimental stamp set, and the little For You is in that one. And I think that one turned out really cute. And then I decided to add, I have some bling left over from the holiday set, and I decided to use that. And this is Poppy Parade red, black, and Whisper white on here. So that's the first card for today. I hope you like it, and I'll get the second one ready for you in just a minute. Thanks. Bye-bye.